Hello everyone, I am Dr. Munish Kumar Bhardwaj from School of Engineering and Technology of IGNOU. Today we will be discussing the testing of cement. In this discussion, we will cover different tests to be done on cement. Indian Standard Method of Physical Tests for Hydraulic Cement. This is a code, basically BIS code, IS 4031. It has 15 parts and different parts are dealing with different type of tests. For example, IS 4031 Part 1 1996 deals with the determination of fineness by dry sieving. IS 4031 Part 2 1999 it deals with the determination of fineness by Blaine air permeability method. Likewise, part 3 of this code deals with the determination of soundness, whereas part 4 of this code deals with the determination of consistency of standard cement paste. Part 5 of this code deals with determination of initial and final setting time, whereas the part 6 deals with the determination of compressive strength of hydraulic cement other than masonry cement. Part 7 of this code deals with determination of compressive strength of masonry cement. Likewise, there are different parts. Some important I am telling you here. Part 9 deals with determination of heat of hydration, whereas part 10 deals with the determination of drying shrinkage, and part 11 deals with determination of density of cement, whereas part 14 deals with the determination of false set. These are the different parts of this code IS 4031 which deals with different tests to be done on the cement. Now another BIS code is Indian Standard Method of Chemical Analysis of Hydraulic Cements, IS 4032 1985. It deals with the chemical analysis of hydraulic cement. Now, let us start with the testing of Portland cement. As I told you in our last lecture that there are two types of tests to be done on the cement. First is field test that we discussed in our last lecture. Today we will discuss laboratory tests. Laboratory tests are done for examining the suitability of cement, and these tests are chemical composition, fineness of cement, consistency of cement, setting time of cement, soundness test, compressive strength of cement, and tensile strength of cement. These are the laboratory tests that are done on the cement. First, let us begin with the chemical composition of cement. As per the BIS code IS 269 1975, chemical requirement of ordinary cement are as follows. First of all, the ratio of percentage of aluminum to that of iron oxide should not be less than 0.66. Another condition is that the ratio of percentage of lime to those of alumina, iron oxide and silica should not be less than 0.66, and it should not be greater than 1.02 when calculated by the formula CaO minus 0.7 into SO3 divided by 2.SiO2 plus 1.Al2O3 plus 0.65 Fe2O3. So if we are calculating this ratio, then as I told you that this ratio should not be less than 0.66 and should not be more than 1.02. Next is the total loss on ignition should not be greater than 4%. Another requirement is that the total sulfur content is calculated as SO3 and it should not be greater than 2.75%. Next requirement as per this code is that the weight of insoluble residue in cement should not be greater than 1.5%. Another requirement is the weight of magnesia should not exceed 5%. So these are the requirements as per the BIS code. Now, next is our fineness test that we do on the cement. Why we do the fineness test? Fineness test is carried out to check proper grinding of cement basically. Now the tests to know the fineness are, first is sieve test, and second test that we do is permeability apparatus test. Here we will be discussing sieve test. In sieve test what we do basically, we take 100 gram of the cement and it is continuously passed for 15 minutes through standard BIS sieve number 9, which is basically 90 micron sieve. Then the residue is weighed, and this weight should not be more than 10% of the original weight of the ordinary Portland cement. So this is the requirement of the code. Now, permeability apparatus test. In this test, what we do is specific surface area of cement particles calculated. This test is better than sieve test and it gives an idea of uniformity of fineness. The specific surface acts as a measure of the frequency of particles of average size. The specific surface of cement should not be less than 2250 centimeter square per gram. Means it is the surface area per unit weight basically. So this is the requirement of the code, that specific surface of the cement should not be less than 2250 centimeter square per gram. Now consistency test. The purpose of consistency test is to determine the quantity of water required for standard consistency. Here we want to calculate or know how much water is required to achieve the standard consistency of cement. Standard consistency is used for finding out setting time and soundness of cement. These are the tests that we will discuss later. So for these tests basically this standard consistency test is done so that we can get the quantity of water required for achieving the standard consistency of cement. Now the standard or the normal consistency of a cement is defined as that consistency which will permit the Vickert plunger, which is 10 mm diameter and 40 to 50 mm in length, to penetrate to a point 5 to 7 mm from the bottom or 33 to 35 mm from the top of the Vickert mold when the cement paste is tested within 3 to 5 minutes after the cement is thoroughly mixed with water. Means here you see some numbers basically. First gives the dimension of the Vickert plunger. Dimension of the Vickert plunger are that diameter is 10 mm and the length is generally 40 to 50 mm. Another numbers you see here, that penetration up to a point of 5 to 7 mm from bottom. Because the Vickert mold is 40 mm height basically, so if you are measuring from the bottom, then the penetration should be up to the point of 5 to 7 mm from the bottom. If you are measuring from the top of that mold, means the 33 to 35 mm from the top. This much penetration, at this penetration we say that the consistency is the standard consistency. Now Vickert apparatus consists of metal frame, a movable rod with cap at the top and a plunger at the bottom end and a mold. These are the basically the parts of this Vickert apparatus. Weight of the movable rod along with the cap and the attachment is limited up to 300 grams. It is provided with a releasing pin to make the rod free and is attached with an indicator to take reading on a vertical scale. Means with the help of pin you can release this plunger and there is an indicator where you can read the readings, get the readings at the vertical scale. This scale is graduated from 0 to 40 mm in either direction. To perform this test, what we do basically, we take 400 gram of cement, we prepare a paste with a weighed quantity of water, say 25%. We are taking initially that we can start with the 25% of the water. Now fill the paste in the mold of the Vicart apparatus. The interval of the time between the instant of adding water to the dry cement and the instant of commencement of filling the mold is called the time of gauging. This time of gauging must be between 3 to 5 minutes. The plunger of the diameter 10 mm is lowered gently onto the paste in the mold. The settlement of the plunger is noted. So this is the method. If the settlement is between 5 to centimeter, as I told you earlier, from the bottom of the mold or 33 to 35 mm from the top, the amount of water added is correct and it is corresponding to the standard consistency of cement. If this condition is not satisfied, then what we will do? The test must be repeated again, changing the percentage of water until the required extent of penetration of the plunger is reached. Means till this penetration, this much penetration as is specified, that 5 to 7 mm from bottom or 33 to 35 mm from the top, till we achieve at this situation, we will change. Until we are achieving this situation, we will change the percentage of water and we will repeat the test. Once we achieve this much penetration, then that percentage of water will be reported as the standard consistency. Let the weight of cement taken for the test is W1. Then W2 is the weight of water added for desired penetration. Then the percentage of water for normal consistency, P, can be calculated as W2 upon W1 into 100. And generally this varies from 25% to 35%. That is what we generally begin with, the 25% of the water for doing this test. Now here you see the Vicart apparatus. Here at the top you see the cap, then the movable rod, then you see indicator, then below this is the mold basically, diameter having 80 mm and height 40 mm. It is a cylindrical mold basically, and on the right, as you see, that this is the plunger for measuring the normal consistency, having 10 mm diameter and 15 mm height basically. Now let us move to setting time test. Setting time test is used to check the initial and the final setting time of the cement. The initial setting time is determined so as to give sufficient time for various operations like mixing, transportation, placing, compaction of cement, concrete or cement mortar, whatever it is. If you are using cement for making cement concrete, then cement concrete. If you are using cement for making mortar, then cement mortar. The final setting time is determined to find that after laying the cement concrete or mortar, the hardening should be rapid so that the structure may be made in use as early as possible. So these are the importance of measuring the initial setting time and the final setting time. That if before initial setting time, it should not convert or it should not start hardening, means it should remain in plastic state. So this is the importance of initial setting time. But final setting time is important, that by that time that the cement concrete or our cement mortar should harden basically. These are the important. So for determining the setting time of cement, Vicart apparatus is used. The same apparatus which we used in the measurement of standard consistency. But now with the change of pins basically. Instead of plunger we will be using here some pins. Initial setting time. The initial setting time is the interval between the addition of water to cement and the stage when the needle, now the needle is 1 mm square and it is 40 to 50 mm long. When this needle fails to pierce the test block by about 5 mm from the bottom, then we say that this is the initial setting time. Now what we do here in this test, 400 gram of cement is taken and it is mixed with 0.85 p percentage of water, where p is the percentage of water as determined in consistency test. So 0.85 p of amount of water is used here, is added to the 400 gram of the cement. Now the cement paste is filled in the Vickart mold. Now the square needle of cross section 1 mm, called as the initial setting time needle, is attached to the moving rod of the Vickart apparatus. Now this needle is quickly released and it is allowed to penetrate the cement paste. You see here the Vickart apparatus, the same Vickart apparatus that we used in the standard consistency test, but now here for initial setting time we are using the needle 1 mm square needle basically, whereas in consistency test the diameter of the plunger was 10 mm. So in the beginning the needle penetrates completely, but as the time goes it is taken out and dropped at a fresh place in the same mold. Now you are changing the place. The procedure is repeated until the needle fails to pierce the cement paste in the block for about 5 mm measured from the bottom of the mold. The time thus recorded shall be initial setting time. Means we will be noting time and we will be trying by releasing the pin and measuring that, observing that this penetration from bottom should be 5 mm basically. So when this condition is achieved, then that time is noted and this time is reported as the initial setting time. Now the care should be taken that each time the needle should be cleaned and released at a new place on the top of the surface of the paste. The time from the stopwatch and the readings from the scale should be recorded continuously. So that way we do this initial setting time test. Now let's move to the final setting time. Final setting time is defined as period elapsed between the instant when water is added to the cement and the instant at which the needle of 1 mm square section with 5 mm diameter attachment makes an impression on the test block while the attachment fails to do so. Here you see that along with the 1 mm square section needle, there is one attachment also having diameter of 5 mm. So here what we require is that the needle is able to make an impression on the test block while attachment is not able to make any impression. Then we call that time is at the final setting time. In this test what we do, the initial setting time needle is replaced by the final setting time needle with an annular attachment. As I told you this, in annular attachment, what is this? 1 mm square needle along with 5 mm diameter attachment. So this attachment will be used for final setting time. It is released on the top surface of the mold at regular intervals and the time is recorded. In the beginning, the needle and the collar will make impression on the surface of the paste. When the cement is finally set, only needle will make the impression and the collar will fail to do so. The time thus recorded shall be the final setting time. So this time we will call as the final setting time. Now care must be taken to clean the needle each time and the needle should be released at a new place in each trial. So that way we do the final setting test. Now another test that we do on the cement is soundness test. Let us understand what is soundness. The phenomena by virtue of which cement does not undergo large change in volume when treated with water is called as soundness. If the quantity of free lime and magnesia is present in excess during manufacturing of cement, it is liable to remain uncombined and to be overburnt in the kiln. The cement concrete or mortar of such cement is liable to expand after the setting action is completed. It is one of the causes of cracking of cement. Now the sound test is performed to accelerate the slacking action of free lime and magnesia by the application of heat, thereby detecting the defect in a short time. Because this otherwise in natural process this defect will take a lot of time. So by accelerating the slacking action, we can measure this, we can detect this in a short time. Thus, unsoundness may be reduced by fine grinding of cement, thorough mixing, limiting the magnesium oxide content to less than 0.5%, and allowing the cement to aerate for several days. Aeration of that we can do. Now, methods of soundness testing. There are two methods. First is Le Chatelier method. Here we measure the expansion in mm. Another method is autoclave method. Here the expansion is measured in percentage. Now, first test, let us discuss Le Chatelier method. Le Chatelier apparatus consists of a small split cylinder of spring brass of thickness 0.5 mm, forming a mold 30 mm high. Two indicators with pointed ends are attached on both sides of the split, which should not be more than 0.5 mm gap. I am telling you this. The distance from these ends to the center of the cylinder is 165 mm. Here you see the mold. Above is the elevation. There you see that height of the mold is 30 mm. Two glass plate at the bottom and the top that we use while we test basically, and these are the pointed ends basically. You see here in the plan also you can see this 30 mm dia ring you see, which is a split, and that split is not more than 0.5 mm basically, and length of these indicators are 165 mm having the pointed ends. So this you see here, the how the mold look like in the plan and the elevation. Now what we do in this test, we take 100 gram of cement and 0.78 times P water is added, where you know that P is the percentage of water required for normal consistency paste. Now it is mixed thoroughly for about 3 minutes. Remove air bubbles from the cement paste if there is any. Now cement paste is then filled into the mold, resting on the glass plate. Now we put that mold on the glass plate. Now this should be filled within 5 minutes from the instant of water added to the cement. Now the mold is then smoothened and covered with another glass plate. A small weight is placed on the top and whole assembly is immediately submerged in water at a temperature of 27 degree Celsius to 32 degree centigrade for 24 hours. Then the mold is removed from the water and the distance separating the indicator points is measured. So here you will be measuring the distance between the indicator points. Now the whole assembly is submerged again in water and the water is heated till it reaches the boiling point in 25 to 30 minutes. The mold is kept in boiling water for 3 hours. The mold is taken out of water and allowed to cool. After cooling, the distance between the pointers is again measured. The difference between these two measurements represents the expansion of cement. For ordinary Portland cement, rapid hardening cement and the low heat cement, the expansion shall not be more than 10 mm. So this is the test for soundness. Next test is compressive strength test. This test is carried out to determine the compressive strength of the cement. The mortar of cement and standard sand is prepared by taking cement and sand in 1:3 proportion. Instead of standard sand, ordinary sand passing through 850 micron IS sieve and not more than 10% by weight passing through 600 micron IS sieve may also be used. To perform this task, 200 gram of cement and 600 gram of standard sand by weight are taken and mixed in dry in non-porous mixing pan to uniform color with the help of a trowel for 1 minute. Now add water. How much water? P by 4 plus 3% of water. P is the percentage of water for standard consistency. And this much of water when you are using a standard sand. By combined weight of cement and sand here. Now this much of water will be the percentage of the combined weight of cement and sand. P by 4 plus 3% of the combined weight of cement and sand will be taken, where P is the percentage of water required for the paste of standard consistency. Now it is mixed thoroughly to an even color for about 3 minutes. Now the cube mold made of metal of size 70.6 mm is placed on a non-porous base plate and is oiled from inside. The mold is fitted on the table of the vibration machine basically. Immediately after mixing, the mortar is put into the cube mold and is compacted for 2 minutes by the vibrations of the machine, which runs at a speed of 1200 plus minus 400 vibrations per minute. The filling and the compaction of the mold should be finished within 5 minutes from the instant water is added to the mortar. Now the mold is then removed and the top surface is smoothened off by the single stroke of the trowel. Now the prepared cube are kept at a temperature of 27 degrees centigrade plus minus 2 degree in an atmosphere of about at least 90% relative humidity for 24 hours. Then the cube of mortar are removed from the mold and immersed in water for curing until taken out for testing. After 3 days, 7 days or 20 days when you want to test the cube. Next test on cement is tensile strength test. The mortar of cement and sand is prepared in the proportion of 1:3 as we did in compression strength test also. Now the quantity of water 8% by weight of cement and sand is added to the mortar. The briquette mold is filled with mortar and then a small heap of mortar is formed at the top. It is beaten down by a standard spatula until water appears on the surface. The same procedure is repeated for the other face of the briquette. 12 such standard briquettes are prepared. Now the briquettes are kept in a damp cabin for 24 hours. Here you see the briquette plan and the elevation. In plan you see it is 76.2 mm long, whereas width is 44.5 mm, where at the neck its width is 25.4 mm. In elevation you can see that length is 76.2 mm and height of this sample is briquette is 25.4 mm. This is the briquette basically. Now the briquettes are carefully removed from the molds and they are submerged in clean water for curing. The briquettes are tested in testing machine at the end of 3 days and the 7 days. 6 briquettes are tested in each test and average is final. During the test, the load is to be applied uniformly at the rate of 35 kg per centimeter square. The cross-sectional area of the briquette at its least section is 6.45 centimeter square. Hence, the ultimate tensile stress of cement paste is obtained from the relationship ultimate tensile stress equal to failing load divided by 6.45, because stress is load upon area. Here that failing load we have noted down. Now area is we are taking at the smallest area, means at the least section, and at least section now the area is 6.45 centimeter square. Now the tensile stress at the end of 3 days should not be less than 20 kg per centimeter square, and that at the end of 7 days should not be less than 25 kg per centimeter square. So this is the way how we do the tensile test. So this way we have discussed here different tests to be done on the cement, and I have discussed with you that what should be the values as per the codal provisions to be achieved for the cement under different tests basically. So thank you for watching.